أما بعد يروي قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم المؤمن القوي خير وأحب إلى الله من المؤمن الضعيف. And this is one of those ahadith that are narrated. This part is narrated all the time. This part. The hadith, there are still 3 more statements after that, or 4 more statements. And it is sometimes it's a little bit misunderstood or used not in its right context. So the Prophet ﷺ says this: المؤمن القوي خير وأحب إلى الله من المؤمن الضعيف وفي كل خير. That a strong mu'min is better in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and more beloved to the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than a weaker one. But because they're both mu'min, they both belong to the ummah, then there's khair, there's goodness in both types. But then the hadith continues. It says this: احرص على ما ينفعك واستعن بالله ولا تعجز. The Prophet ﷺ in this hadith is explaining the meaning of strength and weakness in this hadith. And it's, if you'll see, it doesn't mean physical strength. It doesn't mean that you hit the gym 6 days a week and then that's not what it means. It's talking about a special type of or a certain type of strength that is emotional. It is spiritual strength, because this is what the hadith says. This is what it says. It says, احرص على ما ينفعك. Make sure that you focus on what is beneficial for you, not in a selfish way, but in a way that you find your salvation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in dunya and hereafter. وَاسْتَعِنْ بِاللَّهِ, and depend on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in your actions. وَلَا تَعْجِزْ, and don't feel weak and defeated by what happens to you. Because life will come at you, and this is the formula you have to follow. فَإِذَا أَصَابَكَ شَيْءٌ, that anything happens to you, and here it's a negative, anything bad happens, or bad in your sight, فإن أصابك شيء فلا تقل لو فعلت كان كذا وكذا. Don't say I should have done this and I should have done that, and it's your fault and it's my fault and that's fault. This is not how we deal with these things. ولكن قل قدر الله وما شاء فعل. But say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in His wisdom has decreed something and made it happen. That's right. It's in the past. You have no control over it. You cannot change it. It might be a mistake that you made. We all do make mistakes, right? But it's in the past. Reminiscing on the past is not beneficial. Yes, we learn from the lessons, because the Prophet ﷺ, that was his sunnah. He learned. Every time he would do something, if he would learn from it, and then he would move on, practicing this new lesson he learned. But to reminisce and to just be consumed by the guilt and what had happened in the past is not Islamic. It's not the Sunnah. فَقُلْ قَدَّرَ اللَّهُ وَمَا شَاءَ فَعَلْ فَإِنَّ لَوْ, and this is one of the most beautiful statements. The Prophet ﷺ says, فَإِنَّ لَوْ تَفْتَحُ عَمَلَ الشَّيْطَانِ, that saying I should have opens door for shaitan. And then when you think about it, how does it do that? Put yourself in a situation where something happens and you keep saying, I should have. And now you're going to start doubting, because you know as mu'min that whatever happened to you is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is with the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We agree all on that. And now you're going to start thinking, well, okay, this happened to me, why? And what was the wisdom? But you're going to start thinking that. And that's not the idea of these things. These things happen to you. The wisdom of it is that you learn from it. You build up emotional strength, you build up emotional maturity, and you move on, learning from this lesson. Because life is going to be like that all through it, right? No one lives, someone says there's one of the scholars says, if you're looking for a life with no issues, with no problems, right? Life from birth to death with no problems, then you're looking for something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not created. It doesn't exist. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not created that type. You will have some sort of hardship as you go in life. Different type of, poverty, illnesses. Sometimes we don't look at it as negative, but it is in the grand scheme of things. It's like that. So this hadith is quoted always. المؤمن القوي خير وأحب إلى الله من المؤمن الضعيف. That is, it's not physical strength, because you have no control over your physical strength. Everyone, you're right, you can strengthen yourself a little bit, but then at the end of the day, genetics will kick in, and some of the shabab can man-slam you and with one hand. You have no control over that. Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Mas'ud was very small in stature, kind of short in stature, skinny, but you hardly open any book of Islamic knowledge and you wouldn't find his name, whether in Quran or in fiqh or usul or whatever. He's one of the pillars of our art, and he wasn't big size-wise. So the hadith is not talking about that. It's talking about certain type of confidence in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, maturity and intelligence, emotional intelligence, that what happens to me, that it wasn't great, I learned my lesson, move on, and then you practice that down the road. Reminiscing and self-guilting is not Islamic. This is not how one should live their life, by just thinking in the past and I should have done this, I should have done that. No. That's it. That's what had happened. We move on from that. I hope this was of benefit. يروي الإمام مسلم في صحيحه بسند صحيح عن أبي هريرة رضي الله تعالى عنه وأرضاه قال: المؤمن القوي خير وأحب إلى الله من المؤمن الضعيف وفي كل خير. احرص على ما ينفعك واستعن بالله ولا تعجز، فإن أصابك شيء فلا تقل لو فعلت كان كذا وكذا، ولكن قل قدر الله وما شاء فعل، فإن لو تفتح عمل الشيطان. صلى الله على حبيبنا وسيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.